like Ric Flair, man. What's going on, man? Yeah, if your earphones were maxed out, I'm so sorry that happened to you, brother. But you got to be alert, man. You got to be quicker than that. The iPhone gives you those warnings, bro. iPhones be giving you those warnings. Hey, don't worry about that. one dude from Norway about to comment on this shit crazy. Hey, brother, nah, chill. But anyways, what's going on, everybody? Yanks Talk Ball. We're back in the building. I guess international break edition, or I guess latter end of international break edition. We're not even talking about that, or just about barely. But anyways, we're in the building. The squad is here. We're ready to talk ball for the week ahead of an exciting return to club footy. A lot of stories that have been going around. We here to talk about it. Make sure you check us out on all social platforms. Again, Yanks Talk Ball everywhere. Again, major audio platforms, Spotify's, Google Podcast, all that good stuff, to YouTube, to to TikTok, to all that stuff. The short's been blowing up. You know what I'm saying? They love one person, but they don't love another. I don't know what's going on. The algo got to show all of us love. We got to figure this out. But again, make sure you go like all of our posts so the algo can show all of us love. But we here. The squad is in the building today. Adrian, what's going on, fam?
What's going on, everyone? Trying to get through this international break, so hope everyone else is doing well, though.
I hear it, man. Welcome back. Chase is in the building, down in the U.S. Polo, bro. He's here representing.
That time again. I don't know why no one else wants to talk about international break, but Tyler Adams kind of makes me sad knowing that Caicedo is on the books and Tyler Adams could have been on the books, but it is what it is. But
and Mr. Lavia, bro, as much as I rate him, bro, that injury, you just been paying his wages, brother. Man. But again, last but certainly not least, we got No Chill Gene in the building. Gene, what's going on, dog?
I love international break. This is like, I thrive watching international football. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all fun, and when you're at home, you play in England, and then you gotta face dogs, and you just melt and crumble. I love it.
I'm dead. I was about to say, listen, that England game, I know you were smiling ear to ear about that shit because your back line was fucking. He said we still got through that.
We were playing Adrian at left back, me at center back, Chase at center back, Trey in goal, and Phil at right back. I mean, those guys, man.
Hey,
great. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll hint on all that stuff. And again, since we didn't do no crazy predictions and stuff last week, we took a break. We're gonna bring them back this week. And again, Shenko was out with a hyperextended pinky. We wish him the best in speedy recovery. Again, it's gonna take him a couple of whiles. He'll be week to week, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean his full name has been doxed on this.
Bro, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that, man. Shout out to Phil. Wish him the speediest of recoveries with his hyperextended pinky in the comment section. Thank you so much. But
just don't say his middle name, bro.
Yeah, dang. It's Aloysius if you didn't know. And we'll get to it though. Let's talk about the week though, man. Let's talk about the international break, at least some of the things that we saw. First stop we want to get to England versus Brazil. Again, amidst all the snafus and all stuff like that about England's squad and all that, again, looked like a bulkier, stronger squad as compared to Brazil going into this match. And it seems like creativity was the issue. There's a lot of things that weren't an issue, but Brazil just they found a way, man. They found a way. I think it was like their 5th win ever at Wembley Stadium. You know what I'm saying? Endrick, the oldest 16-year-old of all time, my man scored he's on the score sheet. I mean, listen, the Brazil fan in the building, Gene, walk us through it, man. How'd you feel about just your team, the opposition, and how it all went down?
I thought it was going to be a slaughter, bro. When I opened the FootMob app, I kept refreshing for the lineup. Apparently for international, it's not an hour before, it's like 45 minutes. So when I refreshed it, and it shows Wendell, Beraldo, Bruno, not Bruno Fernandes, this random Bruno guy, and then Danilo captain, which he hasn't been the best, and then some guy named Krepski. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, here comes a 3-0, 4-0, and then you go Phil Foden, Ollie Watkins, Jude, Ballon d'Or, Bellingham, Bowen, Gordon, Rashford, all these other players, and they couldn't score one goal? That's shameful. I don't care if it's a friendly or not. Come on. What type of just bottle? No mentality, no nothing.
Conversation around England the whole time, though. I mean, without Kane, the creativity now that Bellingham.
But Phil Foden, is he not creative? Is he not creative for City?
Nah, it's that.
He is, but
it's that cycle, brother.
With Ollie Watkins now instead of Erling Haaland is a big.
Ollie
difference.
Watkins has the most GA in the league.
But I'm just saying, it's sad, but Foden was basically only creative. I mean, Bellingham, would you consider Bellingham creative? Even the goals he scores, I wouldn't consider him creative. He's good at timing runs.
Yeah, I don't, and they're
they had chances. All you want, they missed.
Yeah, I'm just describing Bellingham. I really don't even.
How many headers did they have?
Bellingham's not a 10. He's playing the 10.
Yeah, he's not a 10.
9.5 or whatever with Real Madrid. He's an 8 that has been kind of cast as, and he's playing well in it, but. And then Gallagher behind them, like, there's no creativity in that midfield.
The way that part in the game, like, he took the ball, he was like trying to dribble out between Brazil defenders. He just booted it all to the outside.
Like, Chilwell had a disgrace.
Yo, that was the stinker of the absolute century. I'm sorry, bro. Chilwell deliveries are actual, like
bro, Southgate was begging for Luke Shaw.
Southgate was begging for Luke Shaw.
I know, but the thing is, this is why people outside of England, I'm talking about international, like, they laugh, like, whenever they say, because every year they have the best team, right? Every year we compete with France, we compete with this team. And it's just like, it's either the coach, it's either this, it's always something. They just never have it together to win something. And even and they did in 2020, or 2021 in the Euros, they still couldn't have won. You know what I'm saying? It's just in their DNA at this point. Do they have Spurs? Is the Spurs just infected into the England squad? I don't know.
Too many of them Spurs men around there. But this is a different kind of curse. Yeah, this is a different kind of curse. This is a national level curse.
They were the inventor of the game, and they're shit at it. Like, that's the funniest, most English storyline.
And they have the best league in the world. Like, how, like,
it's
that's
wild.
Just so funny.
Top league in the world, but their national team has not won a trophy in, how many years now? Is it 60 years?
Who fucking knows? But again,
that's why I don't understand why they don't, like, have a statue of Bobby Charlton in every stadium you go to. Like, what he did for that England squad is because
they thought they win more, but that's a whole different thing. Him, Bobby Moore, and all them, bro. But again, this is the thing with the English squad. I feel like there's always one piece of the puzzle that never fully fits at the right time, which sucks. For this whole several stretch of time, it's been the manager, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Southgate I don't think he's going to be the one to finish the job and actually bring them real major silverware as a national team. In the short run, you can say the team looks good, and there could be some things there. But again, the keys to creativity in this national team, Trent, again, be out is probably the biggest miss that they could possibly have. Him and his creativity and flexibility and whatever options that Southgate chooses to deploy him at, they're missing him. So a huge impetus for them to create is already gone. Like, again, putting Gallagher there in midfield and putting Walker in his place, it's not going to be the same. You're not going to.
But again, they had other players that could have been called up that weren't, or they could have played and didn't. They decided to play Conor Gallagher. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you have Declan Rice there. You have that guy that will, like, dictate that midfield. Him and Jude could just play 2 8s. You need someone else to do something, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They just have these players where they could give it a try, but no, he decided to put Conor Gallagher in there. It's like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it really doesn't.
It's just a very unfortunate mix of, the perspective of the manager, in my opinion, I don't think is fully on sometimes. Like, again, with the selections, with some of the tactics, with some of the profiling and placements of certain people, I just don't think it's always consistent and it's not on. And again, if they run about the same way and they don't know how to fully utilize the profiles that they got in their squad, they're in for a rude awakening this summer, even though it's supposed to have one of the bulkiest squads going into the Euros. Like,
that high line against, like, they literally could have lost that game 4-0 if not just by the chances they gave away.
Yeah, and
they're just lucky we have Rafinha and Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. From all fronts, it looked wild, bro. Wendell locking up Foden and everybody who came down that side, bro. I'm about to say Bowen look like I'm about to say a relegation fighting player. Like, and people was getting, like, just relegated to lowest levels, man. All I'm saying is Saka does that slander, bro. He had to drop his the sauce promo and get out of there, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to my boy. You know what I'm saying? Just heal up, bro. Heal up. You know what I mean? But it's just, they have to find that creative balance. And again, forcing Jude into a more, like, I guess, a more creative role or demanding role in terms of creativity, that's not going to work. He's not that type of player to consistently, do that. He can pounce on opportunities. He can be in the right place at the right time, but to I guess, warrant creativity out of him consistently, like Chase was saying, I don't think that's the place for him exactly in his national team. I don't think it's that. So it's just.
But you need a player that takes the responsibility, regardless if you don't have it or not. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but it's also like, again, the job of the national team, the whole staff, or whatever, is to get the most out of these players. And in this setup with these types of players and the stuff that you're trying to set up, unless you completely, like, again, like Madrid, completely build that attack and that things around him for him to benefit fully off of the opportunities, the progression, all that stuff, then you have to make do with that. You have to make do and put them in the right places at the right times. Like that's just the beginning and end of it, honestly. And from what the English squad showed, I was like, ugh, y'all gotta. I don't. That's not gonna cut it at the Euros. That shit is not gonna cut it. But yeah. On the other side of it, though, you know what I'm saying. Brazil was solid. Shout out Endrick, man. Again, young man doing his business, bro. I can't hate. You can't hate on that young man. He came in, he's pushing numbers, bro. He not even at the Real Madrid squad yet. He already making waves like this, bro. Man knows Portuguese.
He's an industry plant.
Man knows Portuguese, Spanish. Portuguese, Spanish, English. He about to learn sign language. He already scoring goals at 16. Yeah. Like, what was y'all doing at 16, bro? I gotta respect that man. So he's gonna be on to do big things. But yeah, the biggest question mark over this was just how can England consistently create? And yeah, it's a little shaky on that side going into Euros. They don't have Trent, they don't have Saka, they don't have, again, Kane back in their spots helping dictate things.
Yeah, and this game kind of just showed
the Euros, though.
But so that's what I'm saying. The Euros is when? Is in June? Yeah. When's the Euros? In June also?
Yeah, I think it's in June. It's sometime in summer. That's all I know.
Again, but you have to take these games. Like, you need that chemistry. You can't just go throw yourself into a tournament without playing any games and just expect it to work. That's why you play this. There's a reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that like their absence is the only reason that England looks so disjointed, but I'm just saying that it's probably going to be a little bit better. I think closer to how it was in the World Cup, which again is still not playing to their potential.
Yeah.
But it's going to be better than it was this past weekend.
Funny thing that game showed me is how much I wish I had a player like Paquetá in my team. He was everywhere in the field, playing CAM, playing CDM, fouling, doing the dirty work, and still creating the most for Brazil. And I think Chichi said this about him. There's not many players that could connect with Neymar on the field and understand Neymar, but he was one of them. And I just saw like a bunch of clips, like obviously with him linking up with Neymar and stuff like that. I'm like, I didn't even notice, but yeah, he might be a key part in the future for Brazil, which is crazy when you have players like Rodrigo, like Vinicius Jr., all these guys, and then Paquetá plays for West Ham is your most important player. It's just funny.
That's crazy, bro. I'm about to say
he has to get
you and these Vinny shots, bro. But nah,
no, I don't have. But it's the truth, he was the most impressive player.
Oh yeah, no, on the pitch, yeah, I agree. And again, it's like, after those betting allegations was down on the side, after he put those to bed, you know what I'm saying? Now he can start getting momentum again to get probably a bigger move somewhere. Honestly, there would be like a pretty decent chance that the market's going to be open for him, and he'll.
You think he's still on the table, or is that ship sailed with Doku and the?
I think they would love. I think they would love to have him.
I think it's still open. Honestly, they'll get rid of Mateus Nunes. They'll send him back to Wolves
for more money. You have to think also maybe on the Bernardo Silva front, depending on what happens.
Probably leave.
Regardless if he leaves or not, they still need some. Like, they lost Gundogan, didn't replace him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need another midfielder that could, basically do everything.
How old is he?
It's only 26, 27?
He's still 26? Damn.
Yeah.
I thought he was like 30. Okay, he has a big movement in him, man, still.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Literally, City can still swoop in for him at any moment, in my opinion. I think there's a good chance
City could just send Mateus Nunes to Girona.
Bro, facts. Send him to a feeder. Bro gonna be playing Mateus Nunes gonna be playing in the Bronx next season. He gonna be for NYCFC. Man's gonna be playing up there. Like, what are you talking about?
But regarding like the front three you guys laid out, Gene, is that what you'd expect to see? Like
no, never. Never
again. Who's going to play instead of Rafinha?
A striker? I would rather have you playing striker.
Well, Rodrigo's playing striker, is he not? Did Rafinha play striker?
Yeah, yes. It was a weird mix. It was just like all over the place. And I mean, it worked out. We had a bunch of views in front of goal, but again, no one that could finish there. Like we just don't have a striker. Maybe Endrick will be that center forward. Like, I mean, he literally plays like Pelé. Yeah. That's why they call him
big
that.
poacher.
He plays center forward. He's not a striker, but he could play that striker. He'll put the ball in.
Someone to lead the line higher and
they still have Richarlison. He's decent World Cup at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's good for the nation when he plays, but again, when we don't have, it's just tough, bro. When like Vinicius just has his name and he just doesn't perform for Brazil. Like Anthony outperforms Rafinha and Vini for Brazil. I'm not talking about club. Like it's two different things, unfortunately. Like it's just you have to play for the club. You know, you have to play for your country. You have to lay it like it's the last thing. You can't think about, oh, I'll be hurt and I can't play in the Champions League. You can't think of that. You just have to play as if it's your last game. And some players just don't do it.
Word. I'm about to say, not my players, man. Club over country every day, baby. You already know what's happening.
All you guys are fucking out.
Hey, man, not us too, man. I see some other clubs, brother. Don't worry about it.
We were gonna start talking about the Jamaica thing.
Oh, I was gonna hint on it when we get to it, but yeah, we can actually talk about the next thing, and I'll put my Jamaican undertone over it. So yeah, the CONCACAF Nations League, the final was again USA Mexico. I want to say that was unreal capitulation by Jamaica. Again, we didn't have all of our starters. Shit was bullshit, and they just let that league go, bruh. And also, I want to say
3 goals after 95th minute is crazy.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But also, there's a different aside. We're not doing Yank picks this week, but I want to give a special fraud of the week to the Jamaican Federation. You know what I'm saying? That whole governing body, bro. I don't know how you can be so corrupt that this man Leon Bailey literally said, "I'm gonna take a break from the national team for a while, man. I'm gonna take a break." How can you literally sit there and let men say that, bro? That so corrupt, man. So much politics and bureaucracy bullshit going on, bro. Just do good so we can play football, bro. We want to be respectable, bro. I've been making AFCON shouts. I've been saying, yo, we can live in AFCON. We could probably fight in AFCON, bro. I'm looking like a fool. Jamaican government, yeah, yo, man, I see y'all, bro. Fools, man, foolish. But yeah, anyways, carry on with the Mexico USA stuff, bro. Y'all got it.
I mean, before we start on this, can we check? Is this league thing like? Is it every year now? Because they had one last year, right?
Nations League.
Yeah,
I can't keep track of when and what is played, when the Gold Cup's played, when
it's almost as worse as Copa America, bro.
I think the Nations League is every year.
My understanding is the Nations League is really just glorified friendlies to try to make them matter a bit more. Like they kind of replace friendlies.
You're right. I mean, that's the truth. Like it's just
that's good. I'll take it.
But there is qualification, like ramifications for doing well in these leagues. Which I mean, the U.S. were what? 15 seconds away from being out of the competition, and the next thing you know, they're raising the trophy and everything's good. And Berhalter's a genius in all this for the way that he's fit all these players together. I still think that there has to be someone else in 300 million people who live in this country who can do a better job than Berhalter at putting together a group of players, because the players are there. Granted,
bro.
Maybe me. I mean, it seems so simple, and I don't know if he tries to like big brain it and be all like 4D chess with it. I mean, I like the lineup he played against Mexico besides Haji Wright instead of Ballingone, but also Wright is the reason they were even in that position. So I understand rewarding, the hot hand, if you will. And then obviously I'm a Musa guy, but when Adams is in there, it's really hard to find a way to fit Musa in, because I think Reyna's best position is playing in the midfield as opposed to on the wings. And I like Weah a lot, honestly, at right wing. So I don't know. It's a good result. I'm still off on the whole Dest thing. I would love to see him be replaced by someone who's more competent. Scally was, we thought, until he got caught slipping on the front post like the first minute of the Jamaica game, and I think he was put in the doghouse for that. But no, I mean, Tyler Adams, man, been out for God knows how long with that hamstring. He may have tore it again after that strike, but that was a fucking thunderbolt, and then Reyna chips in with one. So the U.S. have dominated Mexico at this point, though. So I think since 2019 they haven't lost, so it's not really a rivalry at this point.
I mean, at this point, any person, they just have to call them daddy at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, like, Mexico is your son. It's just
little brothers.
Pretty simple. You know what I'm saying?
Which is sad because for a while they were right there.
It's
like
sad for Mexico.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But it was sad for CONCACAF even. I guess Canada's a bit better now, but you want good teams at CONCACAF to kind of raise the level and the expectation. And plus, just you want to play good teams to prepare for the World Cup. And all these teams are just incompetent. And really, the only time the United States even really struggles against half these clubs is when they play in the respective countries and the conditions are just so bad that they can't deal with it, which I get that's part of international football, but like it's really that bad. So now it's U.S. and Canada has a good squad, and it's not like Mexico doesn't have players. Obviously Alvarez, who I'm sure Trey hates because he plays for West Ham United, but
I don't hate Edson Alvarez.
Lozano's up there in age now, but like they have players.
Alvarez was the best player on the pitch by both teams. Like he was a dog, but there was no one with that intensity. Like Mexico they're not coming with the same intensity as
that used to be the whole forte, right? Back in the day, that was like they played like Mexico was fiery.
Some level of organization, man.
I mean,
Mexico's
who's
second half
guy?
so
he's like one of the most unformed players, you know, and then he comes into Mexico's squad, doesn't do nothing. Santi Jimenez.
Yeah, Santi Jimenez.
These guys talk about as he's the best striker in the world. You know, I'm talking about like the American Mexicans that have podcasts and talk about these guys. Like I swear, I thought Mexico was a super team. And like
he had 21 goals everything and didn't even start the game. So.
And again, it's like perception isn't necessarily reality when it comes to that, because the organizational setup and whatever dynamics the team is when you can enter into the international sides could be completely different. Again, like that's not second half. Mexico looks so sloppy and disjointed. Like it was so bad. It was gifting.
That first half was bad from both teams.
Yeah, it was
and
both
even
teams.
That like that goal, like just but that second half, man.
Second half, and
dominated.
And Mexico gave half the game up, bro. How many times they were in their own third and they were like, all right, cool, shitty pass, whatever, shitty blah blah, and they kickstarted attacks for them. Clearance. Like they kickstarted attacks for the U.S. and it was a foregone conclusion at some point, bro. We knew what was coming at a certain point, bro. Like it was a wash. It was a wash in my opinion, bro.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's like they didn't try. It was really like they just gave up after that goal that was scored. And then they just had literally, we don't care. Lozano would try to make something happen every once in a while, but even again, it was just poor. Like they would get to some position, just misplay, like just bad passes all around. And again, Mexico produced so many talents throughout the years. They literally could have beat Argentina, in 2010 in the World Cup, but they had that crazy offside goal that I think Tevez or someone scored, Super Aguero, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was, but they had that talent, and they produce it.
It's just organization at a national team level, and I guess just galvanizing them to at least be a more composed and compact unit, bro, and just not do the simple things wrong. Just do the simple things right, literally, and you can platform yourself to beat them. Again, I'm not saying it's hard to beat the U.S. as like a CONCACAF nation. It's not necessarily easy, but you can get opportunities. You can get the best of them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of it comes through with staying composed, staying compact, and then finding your opportunities. That's why I never count myself out. You know, so I never count Jamaica out in those types of games, because if we have the right players on the pitch, we can stay compact, we can do our thing.
They're also addicted to doing dumb shit, so it's just a matter of time before. I mean, Turner doesn't even play, so you have a decent amount of guys. I mean, the other ones play decent. I mean, Reyna doesn't play, Turner doesn't play, Reem doesn't play. You have a lot of guys who don't even play minutes currently.
Did you see the guy that City signed? This American kid, this 14-year-old kid.
I forgot his name, but I saw it.
Sullivan.
I was watching his highlights today on TikTok.
He's gonna he might be a big problem in the future for all of us.
Yeah,
they're saying best 14-year-old, not in the United States, but in the world.
Bro,
you
think it's a game, bro. I think the size.
I mean, but City signed them, bro. European teams are like,
and this is a different thing, bro. It's about to be a whole like space race for like under 16, under 18 players, bro. It's about to be a whole space race this summer. People have been like talking about the signs and stuff, but they were like, yo, this summer people got the budget. They're gonna like stock their academies like crazy, and we're gonna see like a bunch of like U16, U18 talent.
Listen, the academy that he was playing for, they're beating European academies. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are sleeping in MLS because it's still like kind of like a banter thing.
Yeah, but
this generation that's been
getting
seeing
closer.
Mbappe's like contracts, CR7's contracts. They're like, oh wait a minute, we're playing the wrong sport. Let's shift a little bit.
The talent's starting to funnel that way, and again, this comes back to the whole conversation. Can the U.S. cultivate like quality soccer players? Yes, we can, but at the rates to catch up to European programs, South American programs, other worldly programs, in like the space of maybe by the next World Cup or the World Cup after that, I don't think so yet. But the eyes are definitely already starting to turn.
I think they're only behind like a couple. I think they would play very well in Copa America.
They're almost. I mean, besides all the English clubs, Ajax, and maybe some in Spain, I would say it's right up there. It's like the Philadelphia Unions, FC Dallas, clubs like that are right there with them. It's just how do you organize? You need more, and I know Davies isn't a American, but he came through the Vancouver Whitecaps and then was sold to Bayern Munich. You need more guys like that. Yeah, you need more guys like that who are going from those clubs straight into a big club. Right now, I mean, Aronson is from Philadelphia Union. His brother's from Philadelphia Union. But then they go over there and kind of sit the bench and don't play for a while, and then they break into the team. You need guys who are going straight over there from these academies. Or in Davies' case, he played in the MLS, proved it in the MLS, and then moved over. And then, granted, long term, you want guys to.
Yeah, Robinson playing week in, week out. You have those like again anomalies, but it's like
getting more and more. It's just it's going to be a long time before you catch up to, 100 years or whatever of academies that have been there and produced.
But I think you guys, United States could compete in Copa America. Like I'm glad.
Absolutely.
I don't think they're that far behind teams like Ecuador, Colombia, like talent-wise. You know what I'm saying? As much as those guys produce like great players, I don't think they're that far behind. Honestly,
it's just,
I think they're way behind Brazil and Argentina.
Oh yeah,
those two.
That's consistent institution. They are that's ingrained in them. They already have the facilities to literally produce talent, to cultivate talent, and to send them to the right places so they keep growing forward. Like that's already set in stone. U.S. needs to try and find some way to emulate certain aspects of that within the bounds of this system. Because again, the access points, in my opinion, need to expand greatly if we're gonna keep producing talent and accelerate to even catch up to the rest of the world. And I feel like that conversation will really start picking up after this World Cup that hits the States. After we get that, people are going to be like, holy shit, we need to, really
what eventually would happen, we need one person, FIFA or something, to come to the United States and say, yo, fuck it, let's build fucking football places everywhere. Anyone can go play. Like, whenever someone does that 100%. And dumps a crap ton of money, then that's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a whole. It doesn't work in the United States because of how big the United States is, and the cities are so spread out. Like over there, it's kind of works like. Yeah, it's like in New York or something. It can work because kids like wander and go to these parks and play. It doesn't work here.
Brazil,
how are you gonna get? You know how hard it is
bigger than the United States.
Yes, but it's consolidated in smaller.
This is my thing. I think Chase is on to something, but I feel like it's not necessarily the actual geographical size. It's more just like when you approach the United States, again, a culture that isn't automatically ingrained with football. You know what I mean? Every other country on earth literally is ingrained with football way more than us by a significant amount. That, like, again, dealing with absolutely. But then you got dealing with like legislation of like local governments, regional bodies or whatever, trying to get things cleared and work with FIFA. And there's already skepticism with anything foreign in the United States. We already know that there's already some skepticism with anything coming from outside the United States, unless they're putting it on their plate or putting it on their fucking back for clothes. So there's already some friction getting into the space for that.
Pay to play sport over here most of the time,
and also there's gonna be pushback from the systems that be.
Pay for football in this country.
I may sound like an old man, but like video games and stuff like that over here, people like kids just want to go home and play video games or fuck around or do whatever. They don't play in the streets and stuff like that. Which again, that's different because that's where you get like.
And that bleeds into everything else of like the United States is not built to have that culture.
You could make way more money. If you tell a running back, you could make way more money.
Yeah, but we've seen that athleticism doesn't. Have you seen Joey Altidore or Josie Altidore, Daryl DK? Like they're more athletic than everyone. It doesn't matter.
I'm not talking about. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about the whole sport. Look at John Jones. He goes into MMA. Look what he is. Right. He's a monster. No one could do anything about it. You need one person to change the whole sport in a country. That's all you need. Look at Dana White. What he did for MMA. You couldn't fight anywhere in the United States. Like it was illegal.
But the United States still needs that top guy. Like they try to paint Pulisic as that. He's not that. Which you also need the Pulisics of the world and the Rain and the McKennies of the world. That's where you get that base. But you need a top-notch guy if you don't have the top league. Like maybe England doesn't have the superstar. Granted, Bellingham now. But they had the Rooneys before that, and they have the league to support that. Even if they don't have the one specific,
England can sustain themselves again.
It's pathetic, but that's where it gets like pathetic. Is in no offense to like Ecuador, but how does Ecuador have more world-class players than I mean, Caicedo would be better than probably anyone on his day.
Use that.
You know what I mean?
Very loosely.
Or at least
he went for 100 million.
Premier
So
League quality. That don't mean nothing. This
Yeah.
market's mad inflated. That don't mean shit to me. But I know what you're saying though. There are more like higher quality players in an Ecuador team than, you know what I'm saying, the United States. If
the
you
United
could put
States
them,
needs someone who plays week in, week out at a top 5 club in the world. That's where, and I don't think there's any right now in the system. Hopefully it's this 14-year-old from Manchester City. But you can't look at any of these guys and say they're going to be, on the team sheet in a Champions League final.
There's a reason he was signed for Manchester City. I mean, just look at their business for the past couple of years. I don't think they're signing any.
But also, it's going to be 6 years. There's so much that could happen between now and then to see if he's going to actually pan out or not. Sure.
But they didn't just get him because he's doing good. They didn't just get him just because he's doing good against MLS talent. Yeah, he was competing against European talent. Like, that's why they chose him, And
also, you do have to say a lot of the United States players that are now playing are guys who are, can't play for their respective nations and are changing their nationality to play for the United States because it's easier.
Yeah, but everybody's doing that to a certain extent.
That's fine. Yeah.
I mean, we had the Germans Diaz is Moroccan.
Yeah, that's the other way around, though. That's like the other side of it, where these guys aren't good enough to play for their nation, so they go play for. Well, I guess it's the same thing then.
Yeah, to a certain extent it is. Yeah, they're just trying to go find an opportunity to again get more consistent play time. Again, the pipeline.
It's a start though. We can't bitch they won games. Like, it is what it is. There's still a massive gap between them and the elites of the world, but it's a start. We have guys playing for the Prem every week.
Again, I mean, dominating Mexico. Mexico's been a country that's always produced talent.
The potential is
there. Played for Sanchez for Madrid.
In Mexico, that's also
Sanchez for Madrid.
Huge.
Oh my days, what that guy was doing! He scored 38 goals in the season, first time goals only. Like, I didn't believe it. And then you go on YouTube and you put Sanchez goals, and then they're all first touch goals. Like, it's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah,
they've always produced that talent, and for you to be beating them consistently. I mean, that's a pretty. I would be, if I was if that was my first national team, I'd be like, I'll be proud of it,
Yeah, no, I agree. But again, it's just like sometimes, the American audience, the innate, ball eagles and freedom. You want to be the best at everything, but then some people coming into the situation, or newer soccer fans and stuff, they want.
No, you have to be humble.
Yeah, you got not even be humble. It just be understand the scope of where we're at. Understand the scope of what it is, the projection path that the United States is on in comparison to where the other competition sits that we're heading into these competitions for. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going into the next World Cup thinking like, oh yeah, man, it's on home turf. We should be able to kill all these. Nah, it don't matter if it's on home turf in your exact house in with your flip flops or whatever, bruh. You coming in as the underdog. You're the underdog of underdogs in this situation, because 2026 is going to look a whole different. And I think there's going to be, again, a solid 5-6 countries that could have a viable case to win the whole damn thing. So it's like, it's tough. But, the USA know that. But still, a win is a win. They take that. Shout out to the Tyler Adams screamer. You know what I'm saying? That was a fire-ass goal. We just, sit it down. The second goal was kind of fire, too. I was about to say, it was a good finish. It was on Reina, right? It was Reina.
Yeah, it was Reina, but Pulisic had that nice move to start the action. So.
Facts. I skipped over somebody on the left-hand side. Yeah. Fire, though. But nah, USA, we'll see you, man. We'll see you in the summer. We're going to figure out what's going on.
Shout out Colombia against Spain.
Oh, I forgot. Hey, Luis Diaz Cook, whoever that guy was, bro. Hey, Spain's center back situation is diabolical.
Of him against Kyle Walker. I literally thought it was a replay. It was like the same move and everything.
Bro's getting busy, bro. Hey, Spain's defensive situation, they're gonna get skinned at Euros, bro. I'm sorry. If they don't get the right shit in, they're gonna get skinned at Euros.
They're in a similar situation as Brazil. Going from Puyol, Piqué, Jordi Alba, all these guys, Casillas, and now they have Kepa in goal, these random freaking, La Masia players, and I don't know, bro. It's not looking too bright.
Facts.
What did Saliba do to Deschamps, by the way? Because why does he not play? Okay. And did you see that they got scored on in the first?
Yeah,
20 seconds.
Oh yeah, worse. Oh yeah. Shout out to Florian Wirtz cooking, and shout out to Havertz, man. You already know what time it is, man. Masterclass performance. You know what I'm saying? We respect that.
Left back?
Up top, baby. Up top. Number 9. No, I just like Wirtz.
Where are you repping Wirtz for?
Oh no, I just like Wirtz. No. I just like Florian Wirtz. I think he's a good player.
Okay, fair. But when he joins another top.
He's joining United, brother.
I'll do what I always do, bro. I'll
Oh, so
City targeted him. Oh, so City targeted him.
I don't know.
I'm not saying
City in particular. I'm just saying. It's always the same story. It's always the same story.
No. Because I'll slander when I need to slander, but I'll be objective. At the end of the day, I will always be objective about players, bro. I will always be objective. I'll concede. I'll raise my hands up. You already know what time it is when I do this, bro. You already know what time it is. I will give credit where credit is due. Always. I won't shut away from that. Now the hate will come. You know what I'm saying? The hate will happen.
Now only if they play for Liverpool. You know, if they play for City or United or Chelsea, they're not getting no objective view from Chelsea.
Oh no! Off stream, absolutely not. On these videos, probably.
Signed for Chelsea right now is like automatically like hate FC. Like that's
again 90% of the time, absolutely. But again, that 10%, I'll be very objective. I'll be very, very objective about all players. I can't run with this hate in my heart forever, baby. It's gonna make me look old, man. I can't do all that.
Yeah, that is true.
But we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. But outside of that,
wait,
the Saliba
before
thing.
we move, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verts, do you know who his favorite player? Who he looks up to?
Oh my gosh. I know he's No, he didn't say that. He said somebody else, bro. It was somebody younger. Oh my god.
He said it like 4 or 5 times. Bro, João Felix.
He did say he mentioned 4 players and João Felix was one of them.
Bro, no, there's 4 different interviews where they ask him, who's your favorite player? Who's the best player?
Which is wild.
And he says João Felix.
He'll be one of those won't forget players.
That makes me feel so dated. I'm like, damn, really? Like, I'm not even mad about that from like, oh, he might play a little bit similar. He likes how he dribbles or whatever, blah, blah. I just feel like, damn, like that young? Like, I feel old as shit. Oh my gosh, that's dated. But yeah, to quickly answer the France question, the whole quote came out with Deschamps saying, he kind of some things that Saliba does, he doesn't really like, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of clicked in my head as soon as I felt that. Again, the way France play, I don't think they really care for center backs to have any truly progressive roles. I mean, like, listen,
they start Upamecano, so it's very clear.
Upamecano and Benjamin Pavard are really starting day by day. They have no.
I saw some Saliba clips.
Oh, listen. I'll be real.
But at least he can play out of the back. Upamecano can't complete a pass.
He hasn't had the best spell.
I'm not backing this. I'm just
saying.
No,
he let it roll. That's fine. But I will say, from how Saliba plays naturally at the club, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't fit what Deschamps wants in the national team exactly, and that's why I feel like that gives me at least more rationale as to why just bench it, you know what I'm saying? But
like Deschamps comes out and says, I don't know what to do, so I'm just playing
he'll just go with what he knows. He don't center backs, you don't need too much time on the ball, give it to everybody else upfield to figure it out, you know what I'm saying? He's not.
No, you don't have to be the most complete center back, you don't have to be the best defender, you just have to be taller and stronger than that guy. Doesn't mean you're better defensively or anything like that.
That's all bro's looking for at this point, bro. But again, even with that rationale in my head, I'm like, you're still out of your mind for not starting Saliba. But you know what? You can figure that out in the summer. More rest for Saliba, buddy. Keep on going. Yeah, happy birthday, my guy. Happy birthday. It's all right, bro. Get some rest. You got a big season ahead of you, bro. But that is what it is, man. That's how it's gonna roll, how it rolls out. But we can move on a little bit. So more Brazil news a little bit, but Gene, talk to me. The man they call Gabigol has been banned, I think, for 2 years starting in April for doping violations and an attempt to hide doping violations, I think. What was going on?
I don't say this lightly, but he's the most overrated player I've ever seen in my whole life. I mean, just because I would watch the Brazilian league sometimes, and the way they hype some players, and like, okay, I understand,
Yeah.
But not this guy, bro. Not this guy. He went to Europe and he just had, he got kicked out of Europe 2-3 times to go back to Flamengo. He didn't get called up for the national team. And he was singing, whenever he won the Libertadores, fuck Chichi, shit like that, because he didn't get called up. Chichi then becomes his manager for the club that he plays in. And he gets benched because Chichi, this guy was saying fuck Chichi, and now he's his manager. So he's benched while Flamengo, his team, still plays at his best without him playing. And then he gets caught for doping. I mean, this is a Pogba, brother, what are you doping for? You know what I'm saying? Just give it up.
And it's worse because wasn't this man or his family or whatever? He's beefing to be in the squad or some shit like that. I don't know. I know he's ran his mouth before in the press about something. I can't remember. I don't know why. I don't know what exactly.
He's ranting about everything, bro. Like I said, he literally badmouthed the Brazilian coach. Then that coach became his coach for club, and he benched him. I mean, during what was it, the pandemic, he was going out into these parties, got caught like going to illegal parties like during the pandemic. Like this guy's just a meme, bro. Like really, he really is.
Were his performances even enhanced too?
No, that's
that performance was not enhanced, bro.
If you're gonna do PEDs, you have to like improve.
The PEDs and got worse, bro. Like what is this, brother?
These doping scandals and these players weren't even. Their performances weren't even better than like it's crazy.
Bro, this guy was looking at Marcelo and he was saying Marcelo doesn't have a Libertadores. And Marcelo shows his tats with all the like UCL championships. Like, bro, like this guy is literally the most delusional person. And Marcelo went up and he won the Libertadores after he did that. Like this guy is just a living jinx. Like just
straight
give
meme,
it up,
brother.
Bro. And now he's trying to fight the doping allegations. By the way, he's taking it to court.
Bro, hey man, hey, somebody stripped the Gabigol name off that guy, bro. That's the only thing of value he has left. I don't know. Get that off that brother, bro.
His name is Gabriel Barbosa, right?
Yes.
Barbosa, bro, Captain Barbosa,
No
bro.
more,
Get
no
that.
more Gabigol.
Yeah, man. Make that boy walk the plank, bro. Make Barbosa walk the plank, bro. The Pirates of the Caribbean ass dude, bro. Get him out of here.
Hey, you just said that. I literally was rewatching that thing, and he should be fucking walking that plank, bro. Oh my days. Without Captain Jack Sparrow to help him either. Just let him go.
Nah, foolish, bro.
Days.
Foolish, man.
Give him a devil fruit. Give him a devil fruit and
make him swim.
Throw him into the ocean. Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Oh my god.
Nah, insane, man. But nah, Gabigol, man.
Maybe
Fool.
he would become like a rapper or something.
Damn. Hey, league's best rapper, man. Like
Depay might bail him out of this. Depay might bail him out of his fucking whatever.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even want to talk about that Depay thing, bro. That's just it's a whole nother can of worms, brother.
He's a weirdo, isn't he?
I mean, if eventually in 20 years, whenever something comes out about him, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, well, obviously he's a fucking weirdo. This guy's just backing like,
listen,
absolutely.
Listen, I don't want to judge nobody off of what I'm hearing instead of what all the facts coming out, but bailing out a dude who probably did some bad shit.
Yeah, everything
don't look like a good move.
For you to be one of the best footballers ever, and you're sitting in jail, guess what, brother? You are guilty of whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys obviously get some type of leniency with illegal shit, especially in Europe. Like, people just pay a fine.
Does he not have his own $1 million to bail himself out?
He doesn't. I guess he doesn't, bro. Like, all these guys, they're shameless. And apparently, and Robinho got arrested in Brazil, too, for his case in Italy.
Yeah.
Like, they actually arrested him in Brazil. Like, they're like, yo, no more of this shit. Arrested his ass.
Extradition, brother.
Good.
I don't know, man. It's crazy over there.
I was an interesting character off the field.
Again, he says, the thing is with him is like, I don't care if we ever become famous and I have to meet him. I'll say this to his face. I don't care. When he says, I don't care if it's true or not, I'm gonna be a loyal friend. What do you mean, bro? That's just like, come on, bro. That's just so weird. I'm
gonna keep it a buck, bro. Like,
when did these guys even become best friends, anyways? Like, they may have played in.
They played one season. One season,
that's it. And they're buddies. Something's really suspect there. I don't know.
Wait, how are him and Benjamin Mendy like best buddies?
I know. It's very strange.
Who? Depay and Benjamin Mendy?
Yes, Depay.
I think he likes a certain kind of person, apparently.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I understand.
He's probably friends with Quincy Promes too.
He is.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he is. Again, like,
I don't know about all that. My only message.
I understand what you're saying, Trey. I'm not talking from a judgment perspective. I'm saying if he came out and said, "I love everyone," regardless,
the optics are crazy.
But that's not what he's saying, bro. He's not like saying, "I do this."
He's specifically
saying, "I don't care if they did it or not. I'm gonna be loyal."
That's a wild stance to take on your own accord. I agree with that fully. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God.
That's a whole nother thing, bro. But I'm saying you should be good to good people and not
€1 million. That's not just a money.
That's €1 million that he doesn't care about going towards this cause. You know, that's like everything that's like, I won't say everything, but there's a lot of things that are wrong in the world, right? Like, imagine how much
that's one of them for sure.
If you know how many things you could do with that money to make a better, or I guess a difference, or go to a better cause with €1 million instead of bailing out Danny Alves from jail. Like, it blows my mind, honestly. Crazy.
Yeah,
shit, crazy.
That's why I think we at least should have given it a little shout because it's just crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Listen, just be good people. That's my message. Be good people and be good to people. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't let bad shit slide. Whatever the case, it's just a general statement.
And you could still love that
you know
person,
what I mean?
but just you have to recognize some stuff. You know, like I said, if he came out and said, "Listen, I don't agree with it. I'm gonna help him do this." But when you say, "I don't care what he did," like I'm gonna be loyal to him, that's just crazy.
That's excusing bad shit, and I can't personally stand for that type shit. But yeah, we can move on here. We can talk about the Premier League Hall of Fame. Now I know there's been a lot of chatter and talk about that this week. Again, the first inductee of the 2024 class is Ashley Cole, again of Chelsea and Arsenal fame. Again, chewing. There should be no arguments about him going to the Hall of Fame at this point, at any point, especially this year. But in general, takes about old players have been like off the wall this past week. I don't know what's up with international breaks, but people have the wildest takes about everything. Before we even get to the Premier League Hall of Fame talk, I just want to settle something real quick. Don't you ever in y'all lives try and construe some bullshit about Thierry Henry? I'm talking to you trolls out there, bro. I know what's up. I know what's up, bro. No matter how many ways you want to do it, no matter how many ways you want to slice it, he's still one of the best players to ever play, and he's still the best player in Premier League history. So calm that down.
I've missed this whole thing. What's going on?
So again, it's just the usual.
I mean, they're putting
it's the usual
crowd stats with drug.
The usual hatred, right?
I saw the crowd drug
It's the hate
shit.
train with everybody. It's with every
People get
OPL
bored.
legend.
They get
It's with
bored
every
this time.
OPL legend.
Yeah.
They're doing what?
They're done with the 90s.
Yes,
bro.
we're done with the
They're
90s,
done.
but football edition. They're doing it. They're literally doing it to everybody, dog. I'm like, dog, you guys gotta be kidding me. You guys gotta be kidding me, right? I'm like, dog, I'm just gonna let the player interviews of people who said they had nightmares of that man before they played speak for itself. You, man, are shameless. Go watch some tape. Damn.
Watch how the players even now react to him when he's doing like the commentary and he interacts with them. They like still fanboy over him. He's like
to this
player kind of thing.
And I'm not even talking about just him. If half of these men watch the game tapes of like most of these legends that they're slandering and trying to put the GA of, I'm like, these men said, he only scored like this amount of goals against the Big Six. Big Six didn't even exist. You weren't even alive to see half of these men.
I know, but bro,
two teams weren't even in the Big Six yet. Yeah, the whole thread. Yes, the whole thread. I was like, these two teams weren't even a part of it. It was City, Chelsea weren't even like. They weren't even in the picture.
I know,
like
but
that.
then they said they added a Big Seven. They added Everton. They added all these teams. And he still had 6 goals, bro.
For fuck's sake. Do you want to count? Do you want to count? No. We can battle stats all day because I saw another one on the top.
These guys are definitely like 15 years old.
100. They have not seen anything before the 2014 World Cup. They have not seen life before that time.
Sure.
It's wild. I just wanted to get that out there.
I don't
first
agree
and
with it. I
foremost.
think it's funny. I'll laugh at it and stuff like that.
It's funny to me.
Let's be serious. Let's be serious. I saw some guy. They put Paul Scholes' stats of his assists and like compared it to Haaland. I'm like, bro, like you guys are actually. Oh my! It's like crazy.
GA merchants, bro. I promise you, the attention span of the world has been truncated significantly. Just go back and watch.
I want to blame Messi and CR7. I want to blame Messi and CR7.
Oh no, I'm not gonna lie, and we can talk about this too. I'm not gonna lie. This is okay. This is weird because this almost has nothing to do with football, but it's just kind of an overarching thing. There's this like wave of absolutism in everything I consume in media. It has to be the best or it's the worst. There's no in between. There's no qualifying factors. It either has to be the best thing you ever seen, peak, the best in the world, GOAT, blah blah blah, or it's trash, ass, garbage.
You want to know why?
There's no breaks.
You want to know why though? It's because of the way that people talk about this. It's like, let's say you mention Haaland to an old head. It's like, but he's not even close to what Henry. You know what I'm saying? Like that just we're just going off of whatever the generation of like that's older than us like would react if we mentioned. Like if I mentioned.
I'm not mad. Yeah.
If I would mention Lewandowski like 10 years ago to my grandpa or something, they're like, when he scored 5 goals in 9 minutes or something, I'm like, bro, do you know, this is crazy. That doesn't mean nothing. I'm like, what? 5 goals in 9 minutes is absolutely
the eye
insane.
test nowadays is basically non-existent. Like there's no like if a player plays a certain way but they don't have the GA to back it, they get clowned and made fun of, which we kind of do that too. But I don't know who it was the other day who came out and said,
but that's not in earnest though.
Also in terms of generations are always going to say that it happens in every sport. It's not just related to football, but You see it in basketball probably even more in terms of comparing generations. But no, I mean, yeah, but that stuff's crazy. But also, you can just watch the game and just see like. Yeah. But also, it was played a different way back then, where I think GA didn't matter as much, and it is a Messi Ronaldo thing because it turned into everyone was just trying to compare them. It was the easiest way to compare them.
The problem that I have with GA is that assists are not equal as goals. It doesn't equate to like an assist. You could be the person that a ball hits you and it counts as an assist. Like assist.
Well, McKennie got an assist for Tyler Adams' goal yesterday. Do you think he did anything?
That's what I'm saying. But that's what's added to it. Like the stuff that Paul Scholes would do, and I've said this in our podcast before. It's not going to be translated into GA because he's the guy that passes it where a guy just has to sweat the ball. Like it's not going to show. The pre-assist is usually almost just as important as the assist. You know what I'm saying? It's just like. But it's like it's just so dumb that we.
Yeah, but some goals could be fucking tap-ins
and this
too.
happened because they were like, oh, CR7 and Messi. How do we separate the two? Oh, Messi has more assists. Let's say that he's better than him because he has more assists. And it's just become a thing that if we don't tackle on, this might be just the way that it's going to be viewed.
It's facts, bro. Again, because
we have to stop. We have to stop using it as a joke and stuff like that. Maybe we have to stop because we're creating our own devil.
It's resetting expectation. I think we can use that, but we have to temper the expectation. Again, we've all been blessed with CR7 and then Messi in our lifetimes. That's a crazy thing. In the history of the world, we were able to experience their primes, their come up, all that stuff to the day they retire. We're able to experience that, God willing. You know what I mean? Like, but we've all seem to try and like whether inadvertently or intentionally, we've all tried to put everything under the guise of, oh, it ain't CR7 or Messi though, and now we can't fully qualify things. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody scoring 30 GA in a season is still really damn good. It's still great. That's fantastic. Most people in their careers don't hit 30 GA. And it's like people are doing it season after season. Some people are doing crazy feats like creative numbers, defensive numbers, all this type of stuff, but everything is still under the microscope of this is CR7 and Messi's lens. So we have to look at it through that. Oh, it wasn't the greatest of all time though. It wasn't that. But and people always, and if it's not, you know, in that category of that, or if they can't, you know what I'm saying, like embellish it to be in that category, it's automatically trash. It's the worst quality. It's tier 0.
Because I mean, and this is the same thing you see in basketball. When you throw these stats, you could add any person that could destroy some people. For example, now they're saying, oh, what's better? This is what I see about Messi and CR7. 4 Champions League and 1 World Cup. What does 1 World Cup equal in Champions League? Does it equal 3, 4, whatever? Because CR7 has 5, Messi has 4, but he has a World Cup. So everyone's like, oh, yes, Messi, of course. He has 1 World Cup that equals 4 UCLs, 3 UCLs, or whatever. Like,
what math is that? It was soccer math.
I know,
but then boy math,
like,
but football edition.
These are the people. But it's the same. I mean, the thing is like, yeah, but Pele has 3. But then you tell them, yeah, Pele has 3 World Cups, and then they just go, and they don't reply to it.
Yeah, you know.
It's the same thing with Michael Jordan and LeBron. Oh, MJ has 6 titles. Bill Russell has fucking 11.
That's what makes sports fun, though. No one agrees.
It's
just.
But you could disagree. But if you say something and then the person literally just debunks you right there and there, what are you gonna? You're just gonna be with the dumb face? You have to take the L. And these people just don't take it. They just say something.
People go to the depths of hell to find some way to get around it. But
I understand everybody having their preference and their opinion.
Yes,
I understand it.
That
but pushing that opinion as fact to some of these people push it as fact. They believe in their hearts.
Also, some stuff is just blasphemy, like crouch over.
Drug what? Two burgers. And like right under or right over whatever the quote tweet, it was a clip.
But I love a good like GA debate that is clearly like tainted. Like I'll throw that. I'll throw Bruno GA in there. It's fun. I can't lie. But in terms of like the Hall of Fame, like again, I have no problem with Cole getting in. But then you look at the guys who won't get in because Cole or who haven't gone in yet. That's kind of where, and I still don't even understand.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and that's
I don't understand how this thing works because only 2 of these guys can get in. And just looking at the list, Sol Campbell, Defoe, Fabregas, Hazard, Gary Neville, Michael Owen, David Silva, Terry, Yaya Toure, Van der Sar, Vidic.
Yeah.
You're telling me, and granted, it looks like in years past it ends up going up to about 8 get in, but I don't understand. But then in 2023, only 5 got in, and 2 of them were managers, the first 2 managers, and one of them was Tony Adams. So I really don't know what the fuck's going on with
respect on my guy Tony Adams though.
Okay,
no one's disrespecting him.
Mr.
Gary,
look at the list.
I know. But again, it is.
I'm gonna give you 5 people. Tell me who stands out. I'm gonna give you 5 people. Tell me who stands out. Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger,
manager,
Ferdinand, Petr Cech, and Tony Adams. Who stands out?
Yeah.
Have you seen the military meme with the clown and the guy's holding his shoulder?
Hey, this man said the longest serving man who won He won 3. Like what? He's captain Arsenal for
I don't know what qualifies the. You know, like there has to be some
he won. Tony Adams won the league on damn near a superpower Liverpool and shit like that in the 80s, like 89. What do you mean? And he captained the team for 10 years and still won the league in the 90s. Again, it is before our time, so I can understand the misconception with that. But
also, I'm reading like some FAQs on this Hall of Fame. Like, it's just like they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I agree. Yeah. I don't know what the criteria is each year. I don't know what it is.
The Hall of Fame was launched in 2021, and 19 players have been inducted along with 2 managers. The Premier League consulted with members of the awards panel before taking the decision to reduce entry numbers this season. So they're only putting 3 in.
Okay, only 3 in this year, including Ashley Cole.
Yes,
how many titles does Ashley Cole have?
He has Invincible.
So there are certain
2
milestones you have to hit. You have to have 250 appearances in the Premier League. Been selected
has 230.
Made a minimum of 200 Premier League appearances for one club.
200. Okay.
But minimum 250 overall, unless they achieved. Okay, sorry. They have to have 250 unless they have achieved 200 with one club, Premier League Team of the Decade, Golden Boot.
Oh, I'm forgetting the one with Chelsea. Ashley Cole's won 3.
Bro, this shit's so fucking confusing.
That's what I'm saying. Gary Neville has won 8, and Gary Neville has won 8, and Ashley Cole just gets thrown first. That's what I don't understand.
And again, I don't know if it's going off the base of how much you've achieved. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like pure accomplishment thing, or
I want to understand
that in contention with actually like player quality and like how much of an impact you had as a player, or
you
know what I mean?
Scholes already in this? He better be a Hall of Famer. He's not a Hall of Famer yet, and he's not even in this list.
Oh, sorry, he is.
Like,
2022.
He has to be.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
was gonna say. Okay,
I'm pretty sure he was, but I just don't have all the names.
Well, the main guys that you'd expect to definitely be in are basically
the big names are in. You know what I'm saying? And then here just gets a little bit more contentious of like who gets dropped in each year.
Yeah, but John Terry not in it is crazy. That's the best. Literally, if you do any top 2 center backs,
but based on the nominees available, I would say Terry and maybe Owen would probably be the 2 to get in, or Sol Campbell.
Michael Owen over Neville, Edwin, or Vidic is crazy. Even
I think Terry and Vidic would be the ones to get in next, in my opinion. But again, I really don't know how it works, and this is all like fan voting, so it's just a popularity contest. So yeah, it's like the all-star game.
So I guess just to encapsulate it though, what 2 would you pick? We'll go around the horn. What 2 would you pick to get in, Adrian? I don't know if you see all the nominees. Yeah, I'll give it to you. I get a list up. Sol Campbell, Michael Carrick, Andy Cole, Jermaine Defoe, Cesc Fabregas, Les Ferdinand from Newcastle, Robbie Fowler, Eden Hazard, Gary Neville, Michael Owen, David Silva, John Terry, Yaya Toure, Van der Sar, and Nemanja Vidic.
Out of straight bias, David Silva.
Yeah, of course. That's fair.
Out of straight bias is crazy. This is why it's not a bias-based pick.
I mean, it doesn't matter who I couldn't care less who gets in first, because all these players are gonna get in at some point.
Yeah, that is true.
So, I mean, I would probably say Gary Neville then as well. With David Silva and Gary Neville would probably be my picks. But again, like, these players are all gonna end up in the Hall of Fame. So I don't understand why this is like a 2-player competition thing every year.
Yeah.
When it's clear that all these players are gonna end up in the Hall of Fame, like, regardless.
They just don't want to flood it to make it seem like.
I'll tell you my 2.
Yeah,
I'll tell you my 2.
Process is very efficient, you know.
I'll tell you my 2, and I'll explain why. Okay. And again, you're gonna think this is biased, but I'll debunk it. I'm gonna choose Andrew Cole and Gary Neville. Why? Because they're the ones that, like, they played the earliest. You know what I'm saying? Like, they played like early 1990s. So I think we should at least reward the players who have been gone longer if they deserve to get in. I think, and then next year, I think Sol Campbell and someone else like in the early 90s should be getting in. Like, they should be going in before anyone that's in the 2010. That's just my opinion, though. That's why I'm not even choosing Vidic or John Terry. Like, I just think that the players that started earlier, they should get in early. That's just the way I see it. Especially,
I'm not mad at that rationale.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way.
Yeah, I would kind of split it up by like positional wise. So I mean, like we already got the defender in Ashley Cole. I'll at least do one for each class if we're only doing 3. So I would say, midfielder, striker. I would say Andy Cole would be the forward, and the midfielder. The midfielder is kind of tough. You know what? I lied. I would break my rule one time, and I go Andy Cole, and then I go John Terry, because John Terry's probably like, I think John Terry's probably like, again, he's probably the last of like the shoe-ins to be like, yo, he has to, like, this is unquestionable without a doubt. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame because he is that. Again, speaking neutrally, you know what I'm saying? There's no bias involved there. And then after that, we can go pick like, you know, maybe the slightly less mentioned people outside of like, you know, the Premier League's best names, you know what I mean? Like, again, Sol Campbell doesn't get enough love in my opinion, but he's a name that's just after like the main folks, you know what I'm saying? And those types of names in there. So those would be my 2.
Talking about a name that sticks out with like a sort, like Jermaine Defoe should not be. I'm sorry with these guys.
He'll be at the latter end of this list. And again, even though he's a Spurs man for a long time, I think he deserves to be a Hall of Famer. I agree. Just him being a great striker. Again, he hasn't won shit. Fair, and I'll laugh at that, of course. But Jermaine Defoe is a quality striker for fucking years. He's for years, bro.
I'm not saying he's not, but whenever you have at the ladder, like John Terry, all these guys over here,
and that's why I think he'll be. That's why I think he'll be at the lower rung of that list.
But that gets into the whole debate again of like what qualifies. What's a Hall of Famer compared to a really good player, and then he gets. I mean, that happens every day with other sports. But I think Terry's a shoo-in. I would say Terry and Michael Owen, just because of the Ballon d'Or and like that pedigree of player, I think has to be in. But again,
one of the best
I don't think Phil will like it, but I don't disagree with it. You know.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, well, I mean, but
it's just more debate to have for really. I mean, it's never going to hold the same weight as a Hall of Fame does in American sports. So I think they're just trying to do something, which is cool. But
unless they change the process too, like this, the fact that it's fan voted, right? I mean, it's just
the fan voting thing is
like they don't have a like an actual process for
outside of the shoe-in picks.
Since it is fan vote, is it almost guaranteed that United will win? Because you know how those guys are with stuff like this. I mean, just like look at these votes. Like,
the biggest fan base, the biggest fan base's players will win. Literally at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be between United and Arsenal and something like this.
Yeah, I mean,
just look at FIFA, bro. Just look at FIFA. Look at FIFA, like with players of the month and stuff like that. Just look at or managers and stuff like that. Yeah. You see what happens when you give the fans the vote, bro.
Yeah, and I do think that fans should not have to vote on these things. Honestly, at least.
But then it goes again. Like you're gonna get some random football guy that would vote for. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a weird thing to do. There's no perfect. There's no perfect. There's no winner. You know what I'm saying? There's no actual 100% score, because you're gonna get some crazy bonehead take for some random dude like writing for like L'Equipe for the past like 16 months. Like, oh shit, let me put this random guy in that, you know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody ahead of somebody that is like whatever. But you know, we'll figure it out. But the Premier League, this is the Premier League. We'll figure it out. But we can move on here. We can talk about what's looking ahead. What's coming up for the Premier League, man. Let's get to it. Let's talk about some of these big matches for the weekend. I mean, there's really only one big match. You're gonna be real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple. I don't know if anybody wants to talk to any other ones. I mean, Liverpool, Brighton.
I mean, United away at Brentford.
Oh yeah, United. Come on. The 6-horse race. I'm playing.
You know, watch
City and Arsenal, bro. I mean, talking about smell of a tie that Adrian and Phil love to talk about. It just smells a tie for me all around. A 2-2 tie.
Both teams have their players run from international duty to be ready for these games. So
hey man, Declan's captain in England tomorrow, right? So I'm not saying everybody. Let's not say everybody.
He may get 40 minutes,
please.
45
and
minutes.
I hope for that every day of my life, and I hope for that dearly.
I mean, in my opinion, it's not the title, but this is the title. I think this fixture is going to have a massive impact. I think Liverpool kind of falls to the side eventually. I think I've said that in the past, but this is. I mean, if Arsenal can go into the trap and take over the trap, it's their title to lose. Confidence-wise, swagger-wise, Kai Havertz donkeys. Like he can.
Hey, chilling his friends, man. Chilling his friends, dog.
His best friends is what he called them. No, this game's gonna be crazy though.
No, yeah. That's why it has a tie written all over it. Again, that's what I said. If Arsenal, I mean, I think, when did I say this? Was it last week? I said if Arsenal wins or ties this game, it's their season for the taking. You know what I'm saying? Everything will change from there on. We'll see. But if they lose, good luck, brother.
It's a big knock. It's a big knock. Before I don't even want to say my piece like that fully. I just want to say there's a lot of people that said we wouldn't even be competing for the title this season. So hold nuts. There's just
no underdog story here. No underdog.
I'm not saying that. No. I just want to disprove people. I just want to say that. I already knew in my heart we were gonna be consistently, you know, at least back in the conversation or around the conversation. I'm just glad that
doesn't matter if you don't win. It doesn't matter if you don't win.
Listen, that's a whole nother conversation, right? I already stood on business. I already stood on business and predicted where I'm going to be at. You know what I mean? So that's that. I'm just glad that we're here, and people that thought we weren't going to be nowhere near this conversation, I'm glad that they're eating dirt. That's all I'm saying first and foremost. Adrian, do you want to speak on the tie before I speak on the tie?
Well, I will say that from our perspective,
Adrian's not worried. He said last time.
I'm not super worried. I'm not like, you know, approaching this game with a lot of fear. And I do acknowledge Arsenal a great team. But like I said last time, we're at home. We haven't lost a game at home in a really long time. So that really speaks a lot about how difficult the task is for Arsenal to come and win this game. I think they'd be happy leaving the Etihad with a draw, if they can get it. So I know last year it turned out it was a spanking. Like, let's be real, it was the title decider last year.
He is talking like someone who already has one hand on the title right now, just holding the trophy.
I mean, I'm just saying, but I have said this already too. Like, we're not as good as we were. We were not as good as we were last year. So we've come down. Arsenal have improved. So I would expect the game to be closer. But I do expect a win from us. And even if we draw, it's still not. I mean, the title race is wide open if there's another draw in this game. You know, it's not the end of the world for either of us. So
that's facts.
Yeah, big game, but you know, ideally of course we want to win.
Oh, I'm gonna change my prediction to a City loss after this. I'm changing. This is literally where it's just, I'm not because of you, Adrian, but just in general. I know to say that you're like chilling is crazy to me.
I mean, would you expect me to be like worried about like losing this game?
No, worried, but I would think it would be a deciding thing if you guys can't beat a team at home that you guys are competing with. I don't think you should be happy with the draw.
No, they'd be happy with the draw. I would not be happy.
No,
with
yeah,
the draw,
but you said
I wouldn't think it's not. But it's not the end of the world, though. It's not the end of the world if we draw. You know,
not the end of the world, but I mean, you're just opening up. You know, what you guys don't usually do.
We still got 9 games after this. You know, anything can happen.
I will say there's still a lot of question marks on, you know, what the actual like lineups are going to be on both sides. Again, Walker said he might be fit, but he came off injured in the England game. We don't know if Martinelli's going to be fit.
I think
everyone's playing. Arteta
I don't know, brother. I don't know that.
Circle jerking. You know how these guys are.
Again, shower thoughts. But again, in the event that everybody's pretty much healthy and they play 1-1, this is going to be a ridiculous chess match. Again, I feel like this is another one where it's like we'll get close to a repeat of what we saw earlier in the season in terms of how the battle went out. Like, we canceled each other out a lot at the Emirates. I feel like there was a lot of just like, you know, City stifle Arsenal stifle City, and it was just kind of like a dogfight at some point, and then a chance just has to break. I feel like maybe a set piece or something might upset that balance. Like, and there might be a penalty in this game. I can almost bet there's going to be a penalty shot in this game. I can almost bet that there's going to be. I just feel that. I don't know why, but this is going to be a ridiculously intense like fight, bro. I don't know if we're gonna try man-to-man press like we did last season. I doubt that we will to the T, because I'm almost sure we're gonna have Jorginho in the team, and I don't know. We might man-to-man. We might be bold, but I don't think we will. I expect Rice to be in the 8. Try and carry some steel into the midfield and try and battle it out a little bit more. Jorginho just be in the slot picking passes and just provide an extra body where needed across the pitch. I don't know who this game comes down to. Honestly, on City side, I think it is Foden. I think Foden will be that spanner in between the lines to try and make things happen, in my opinion, because and create something. De Bruyne will always be a question mark. Haaland I think will be a question mark, but less so than the other two, because we found a way to at least nullify him to a certain degree in most moments of games, unless things open up and like purely transitional mistakes, like again Gabriel's mistake last season. I don't know if it was the Emirates or the Etihad, I can't remember when, but that opened up the game mad wild, and then Haaland got free. But I think on City side, Foden is the biggest threat, followed by Kevin De Bruyne. I still think that's going to be that's like the biggest thing. How can they break through midfield? How can their unpredictability like shine through? That's going to be one of our biggest question marks. On our side, Martinelli is still my go. Martinelli and Havertz are still going to be like the chief names in my head. How can we break City up? How can we figure out to break them down? And again, it's by picking those spots and picking long passes, getting isolated.
Is Ederson going to play?
I don't know.
Or is it going to be Ortega?
I have no idea. I think
Ortega's going to play. I think
he didn't make it in time. Ederson.
It's not. Nothing's confirmed. I don't think. But if I had to pick one right now, would probably be Ortega.
Yeah, I mean, from what Ederson was 4 weeks from the Liverpool game that they said.
I'd be really surprised if Ederson started this game.
Word. Yeah, so there's a lot of question marks on that. Again, I don't even know if Martinelli's going to be fit exactly, because that will be his first game back, and I don't know if he'll rush it. I hope he is prepared. I hope he is ready to come in, because I think we'll need that pace and level of like 1v1 quality and isolation on that side of the field. Havertz, I think, is also going to be really key. He was key to us, again, winning against City at the Emirates earlier this season. I think he's a big threat in terms of, again, the physical play, bringing down, aerial duels. I feel like he's really adept at that, helping us win the first ball so we can get to the second ball and then press on from there. I feel like those are going to be two big names from our side. But after that, outside of the tactical considerations and thinking about all this shit, it's the battle of the wills. You know what I'm saying? I call this Spin the Block FC, Avengers FC. This is a big demon. This is probably the biggest demon we have to quell outside of winning major trophies that we have. That, and again, the Old Trafford, literally the two biggest games of this season, of this run-in, of this whole challenge.
I don't want to say I'm horny for this game, because that sounds, but bro, the excitement that I'm feeling from like either City losing to Arsenal or Arsenal losing to City is just so like, it's filling my heart. You guys don't understand.
Gosh,
like,
absolute fucking
I'm
troll.
like, bro, if like Arsenal like go down, Trey's gonna be finished, bro. It
would definitely suck. It would definitely suck, but we gotta keep it pushing.
On Easter Sunday,
too. Bad, but what's the shame in losing to Manchester City at the Etihad? I don't think.
I don't think there's shame.
There's no shame. But it's just
the anticipation. You want to win. Of course, I want to win. I just want to win.
And it will destroy Trey's predictions. And it will destroy Trey's
prediction. And it would. If we don't at least draw, it will mess up my seasonal prediction. That is correct.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's so much happiness that I know I'm not going to get from this. Because if City loses to Arsenal at home, Adrian, this is what we've all been waiting for years and years and years. Everyone in the chat just feeling City win, and this is like City finally don't win.
So this is basically just like, we hate you so much, we want you to lose. Like, that would be the greatest. For them,
it's slander on all sides.
Arsenal,
for us, we have to
losing.
Yeah, I mean,
Arsenal losing will be just as funny.
Yeah, for them, it's like whoever. It's a win-win for them, of course. Obviously, it's a win-win for everybody else, no matter the outcome in most cases. But again,
I do not win from a tie. From a tie. Whereas someone like Phil will. Please, none of you guys tie.
Yeah,
please don't tie. Please don't tie.
Phil absolutely does.
So this is not the triple win.
Going back to the tactical aspect of the game, I think I don't know what the status of Martinelli is. And he hasn't been playing recently, right?
Nah, yeah. After that, I
think that might be a really big. That might have a really big impact on the game, because I think
I agree,
especially with Kyle Walker.
Yeah, with Walker. If Walker's worrying about Trossard instead of Martinelli,
less of a job to do.
Yeah, it's less of a job to do. It's not gonna isolate him one-on-one as much. And maybe Pep is gonna allow Walker to kind of take up a higher position, and that's gonna allow Foden to drift inside and play where he's been playing this season in his best form, probably, for the club.
At
least in recent years, he's been playing in this inverted right wing position, really as a number 10. But the thing is also when he's been playing out wide, just wide right, he's so ineffective. He doesn't. It's not natural to him. So I think this, decision between Martinelli and Trossard could really impact the game in
fully agree. Yeah. Fully agree. And again, that's like that will allow y'all
this
to
is
really...
what legends are going to be made of, bro.
Yes,
this
somebody's
got to
step up.
That if Arsenal, if Saka, Martinelli, whoever steps up on that end, like this is where legends are made of. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was Saka, this is what I would live for that moment right there where he could be changing the game. You know what I'm saying?
And he doesn't have an easy test either. Again, he's most likely going to have Ake on him. You know what I'm saying? Which won't be his easiest matchup. Again, it's never been his easiest matchup or anybody's matchup for any sense. Ake is a very good wide defender, so that's going to be a whole different ordeal. There's going to be big matchups all across the pitch. Again, like De Bruyne's most likely going to be fit, and again, Odegaard's going to have a task ahead of himself to really assert himself into the game against a physical midfield, a very organized block. Is he going to find the right spots to choose himself? The discipline of our back line is going to be big as well. Who plays a left back? It's probably going to be Kiwior just to be a bit more safe, I think. But still, them trying to find chances to open up, taking risks is going to be a big thing as well. What risks can we take in this game, and do we have the balls to commit to them? You know what I'm saying? In the face of a City team that can punish. You know what I'm saying? It's just this is about showing how far we've come. You know what I'm saying? Being rational, being controlled, but also taking a risk, going for it, showing balls. This is what this shit's about. You know what I'm saying? We can't come here and cower. We can't come to the Etihad and cower, bro. If there's ever a time to stand up and be counted, it's obviously now. And again, I don't want to do the whole Robbie last season walking through the Etihad. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. I don't want to do any of that, bro.
I'm waiting for that video to drop,
bro.
I
hope he learned his lesson.
He went up there like, what did he say? Excel. What does he? He said Nick. No, Samuel X. Jackson.
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson. Nick Fury. Listen, I love
again,
Robbie.
This game,
he's learned his lesson. I hope he's learned his lesson.
There's so many highs and lows that could hit this game, and I'm here for it. I'm really here for it.
There's gonna be one of them ones. Honestly, I hope it'll be honestly one of those games of the season. I hope it'll be a game of the season contender. I tactically I expect it to be a masterclass from both sides. It's gonna be a crazy thing, but I hope it goes to like wave. It's gonna be a dogfight. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be a dogfight.
Ryan mistake will hit my veins.
This guy,
like, oh my god,
he's a big piece of this too. And he's gonna be one of the biggest people taking risks. Honestly, that's gonna be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, risk taker on the entire pitch. You know what I'm saying? The goalies, especially Raya, because like, how are you gonna find a way to pick a pass, pick the right moment to long throw or send it up to Havertz? There's so many considerations to make. I know Pep and Arteta are in their respective showers crying right now because they have so much to think about. They sitting there stressing, bro, sweating in a cold shower. How you do that shit? I don't know. But they trying to make some shit happen. But all I know is I'm breathing in the rarefied air. You know what I'm saying? We're at a level where we can compete in the title race, and I'm not cowering in my boots, you know what I'm saying that, oh yeah, I expect it to be 3-0. Nah, I want us to win. I'm predicting us, you know what I'm saying? We'll get to it, but I'm pushing for us to win because this is a big thing. It's time to be counted for, right? If we want to stand up with the Giants, we got to put in giant performances. This is what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, we can
let's move to Liverpool Brighton.
Oh yeah, Liverpool Brighton. Honestly, this is the early kickoff. If they bottle this game, it's gonna be so funny.
This feels like a game you wake up for and you see that Liverpool's down. You're like, oh
yeah,
shit.
A 1-0, like the 65th minute, like what happened? Yeah, they scored like 2 late goals type shit.
They scored 96 and 98 minutes.
Again, I feel like Brighton have been worse this season than last season, but not really. They're a sneaky team because they went on a losing streak, but they're still 8th place.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like they have these ups and downs. You just don't know if they're gonna be up or down on that game day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We really don't.
It just depends on the weather.
De Zerbi, after this like drop off season for Brighton, is still outperforming Graham Potter's last season.
And you know what's crazy?
Chelsea for.
And what's crazy is he's this off season by him. Like how many injuries he's had?
Like,
I think
like
he's
his
up
first
there
team was hit
with United.
He's been out
crazy.
the whole season basically.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's lost everybody, like his back line, his mid, like he's lost everything.
He hasn't really worked out because of his injuries.
Estupiñán, Buenanote, like there's been like hella.
They lost Caicedo.
Oh, I mean not Buenanote and Ciso. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They lost like
now,
everything, and they're still 8th place. Again, if I was a Chelsea fan, man, I would be on my knees pissed. I would just be pissed that another team like Brighton is ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy. That's why like I'm pissed. Like I was so pissed that like this is where the standards come in. Like Ten Hag is still 6th. You know what I'm saying? Even with all that shit happening, I mean, we played terribly. We've been pussios. Literally, we have a fucking 0 goal differential. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luton Town scores more goal than us. But at the end of the day, you still can't be in fucking 10th, 11th place, not even 10th place. At least they have a game in hand. I mean, I would just be pissed. I would be pissed if I was a Chelsea fan looking at stuff like that. And not even bantering. I'm just saying, I would be genuinely like, regardless of what people are saying to me, I'll be writing emails to Todd Bolt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be that type of level because it's crazy.
We're talking about Liverpool, Brighton, and Gene's mentioned to bring up Chelsea and Manchester United in that conversation. It's just
because I'm putting into perspective. I was putting into perspective Brighton. Brighton season. They lost everyone.
Weasel them in.
How does that not? If you were listening instead of being on your phone texting God knows who, you would understand of why I added Chelsea and United. Again, I wasn't even bantering. I wasn't even bantering.
We gotta. Yeah, don't worry.
I was being empathetic.
We're gonna spiral out. That's wild. I understand. We're gonna spiral out. We're gonna rein it back in. I get it. But yeah, I expect Liverpool to
have a weekly phone call,
bro. Just to air out the grievances, air out the city Chelsea grievances, and then go.
This is the time, bro. This is the time. We have nothing to talk about. I was being empathetic to Chase, and this is what I get.
Dead.
I just said it was interesting how those two names always get brought up.
Hey man, linked like brothers but closer. You know what I mean? But we're gonna slide on, all right? But fair. We all expect Liverpool to win this match, right? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But yeah, all right, cool. With that, I mean, I don't think there's really anything else on the notes but predictions.
Before predictions,
Luton Town is probably gonna have 7 goals in it.
Yeah,
before we go to predictions, let's talk about these shorts real quick. There was maybe we've gained listeners from those shorts and watching us
shout
right
to
now.
everybody liking up those shorts, the YouTube shorts.
I mean, we were at 20 something last week or whatever, 30, maybe 30. We're at 81 now, so maybe we get one of them to listen to us.
Wow,
big ups.
Maybe. There was a guy, I was doing one of them, and the list ended up being, let me get the list here for you guys so we could add some context into this. The list ended up being Sancho 10.
And this is picks or is this all-time ranking?
This is rating. Yeah, this is a blind ranking, okay, type thing. Where I'm not even gonna go to the 1, 2, and 3. I'm just gonna go. Jorginho was 6th, okay. De Jong was 7th. Higuita was 8th. Gabriel Jesus 9th, and Sancho was 10th. And one of the comments was Jorginho above De Jong ? And Sancho ? I don't know.
Let me hold on.
Now,
what the fuck has De Jong's won the one fucking La Liga?
But does it equate to a Champions League winner?
No. I'm just trying to figure out what he's won. I'm just trying to figure out what De Jong's won. It doesn't. He's wrong, by the way. I was about to say Jorginho sits above him. By the way, I just want to let you guys know.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't understand how that was even.
And me confirming this argument has to confirm that Chelsea was good for him at some point in time, which is not what I want to do. But in the essence of winning an argument, I'm gonna go there. All right. Listen, him winning the Champions League and being the 3rd best player in the world at some point has to put him above De Jong. You're high if you think that. You're high if you think otherwise.
And Sancho. This guy added Sancho. I don't care. I don't care if you're ranking these guys in abilities and whatever.
What is Sancho rank higher than Jorginho at in Fortnite? What are we doing?
Not even in FIFA, maybe. This is what Adrian was talking about. These guys that are obsessed with these players. It's more than football,
bro.
At a certain point.
We gotta be objective, bro. You see me, I'm rating his time at Chelsea, bro. Again, out of my skin, I would never do that. But you gotta be objective about these things.
Great
objective,
time, by the way.
Objective. Not the latter half, but anyways. Again, but it still proves the general point here. You gotta be objective about these things, man. What in the world has Sancho done in comparison to what Jorginho's done?
I would say maybe
even player impact, different positions, whatever.
The De Jong thing. I'm not saying that I think that De Jong should be above Jorginho, because I think Jorginho should be above, but I would say that maybe somebody could argue that the eyeball test, or just the fact that De Jong might be a little bit more, have more technical abilities, or
ability-wise, I can totally see why you rate him above Jorginho.
Somewhat of an argument. Now with Sancho, I just don't know, because, and also Frankie De Jong, like, what he did with Ajax was really impressive. So that might obviously nothing compared to what Jorginho accomplished, but at least we were playing semi-final Champions Leagues, putting in big performances back then. Obviously, it's been a disappointment at Barcelona. But with Sancho, I don't get it. I mean, Sancho,
bro, just again,
good season at Dortmund.
Don't let the jinky majinky come fool you, man. That's a whole nother thing, bro. Don't let the jinky majinky like confuse you and do the whole snake charmer dance on your eyeballs, bro. Just because they do a little, step over 2 times like a skill school, it don't mean that they're better than other players, bro. This is pissing me off for the whole, bro. Exactly my point. Exactly my point, bro. Anybody can do a little good 2-step over, bro. Shoulder shrug, man. Do the Dougie 1 time on the ball, and everybody think they crazy players, bro.
Well, they just watch YouTube. That's why.
It's aesthetics. It's aesthetics over actual football played to some of you, man.
But the thing is there even a De Jong? Is there? I've never seen a Frankie De Jong comp. I've never seen one.
I've actually seen a few, but most of them are like, again, passing and stuff, passing and dribbling out like the first third, literally getting
Jorginho is a nasty passer, bro.
Yeah,
and hard ball.
And again, and this is no slight on De Jong's game, because again, ability-wise, I do think ability-wise, you know what I'm saying, like like peak of his power and stuff like that, he's a better player than Jorginho. But when you take in point the tenures, what they've accomplished, their skill sets, the teams that they've impacted, there's no doubt that Jorginho's had a better time at this than De Jong. You know what I'm saying? And that's an easier ask because they're both midfielders. That's literally an easier ask. But again, the Sancho thing, that's a PCP take. That's a PCP take. Nothing less.
And another one I wanted to add, and then we go to our predictions here. I also did a list of all time. Okay, this is because I say this in the video. I say all time European teams. Okay, and it ended up in this top 5 was United 1. Again, this is blind ranking, so these come out of nowhere. So I would even leave it like this: because United 1, Bayern 2, Liverpool 3, Milan 4, City 5. Okay, Marseille was 6, Chelsea was 7. Which I understand why Chase wouldn't like that. Some people wouldn't like that. I think 5th for City, ahead of Chelsea, Marseille, and stuff like that. I think that would be good. Would you be mad at that, Adrian? Like all time here, not
no. I mean, Manchester City's history. We're talking about history, right? Like
yes, this is all time. I did an all time ranking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Manchester City's history goes back to let's be real. It goes back to 2008. Before then. It was just another
you guys
club.
Still they had history. I'm not going to say you guys didn't have history, but competing with the top of the top.
I understand what you're saying. Okay. There's 2 different histories there. I mean, there's a lot of cultural history, but the history of success, it goes back to 2008. So in 15 years, that's great. To become one of the top 10 greatest football clubs of all time. Yeah, I'll take that any day.
And then some of these comments were City 1, Liverpool 2, Bayern 3, and then they didn't even add United into this.
City 1.
And then another one, another one said,
probably a City.
Bro, come on, City 5th. What is going on in your brain? And Man United 1st, buddy. City won the UCL last year. And tell me when was the last time United won?
Oh man,
this is the whole point. Why I say it in the beginning.
This is why people fail AP tests. This is why people fail AP tests. This is why you youngins be failing your AP tests. Y'all AP tests, y'all GCSEs, wherever y'all hailing from, bro. That's why we fail. Y'all don't read prompts. Y'all don't read. Y'all don't listen. What's going on?
So if you did subscribe, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you for that sub. And
I mean,
do some more reading.
This is the thing with the internet. The people who like the video aren't gonna be the ones that usually comment on it. The people who don't like are the ones that comment.
People who dislike will come in the comments going crazy.
Because at the end of the day, there's still 300 and something likes on these things. You know what I'm saying? It's like not everyone hates it. Like they understand that one, it's a blind ranking. I'm trying to at my best to.
People don't understand the whole blind ranking concept. That's not.
But that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people do. They just don't comment it. And for us to gain 50 subs from like me, Chase, doing these things. I mean, that says that people understand. It is.
Yeah.
But
again, more story. Y'all need to read.
I enjoy doing these. Yeah, I enjoy doing these. I hope people enjoy watching it. Now we could move on to the predictions. So someone gets silenced.
What are we replacing Newcastle West Ham with?
No, we're not. We're
going for 5 on the list.
Yeah, I got the 5.
No, we're taking PSG game.
Yeah, I got the 5 here.
United.
Yeah, I got the 5.
Oh, you edited it. Okay.
Yeah, I edited it. I'll run through it. So yeah, I might have to hop in on them. What's it called? The predictors, the shorts. You know what I'm saying? At some point.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
How you gotta do it, but
everyone is welcome, bro.
Do that in post. But nah, look at these predictions, man. Again, Phil is not here with the hyperextended pinky, so he automatically DNFs. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We'll figure that out.
Phil is in the hospital getting his appendix removed, and Trey is saying that he has a.
I misdiagnosed him. Damn, that's my fault.
Yes,
that's my fault, brother. But we have 5 matchups. We're gonna talk about it, get through these, and give our predictions again. 4 points for the right result, 10 points for the right score. And then whoever wins gets the power of the mute. Whoever loses gets they're at the mercy of the mute, which is most likely Shanko this week because he DNF. If you get 0 points, that is a damn crying shame. Let's hope, fingers crossed, knock on wood, nobody gets 0 points. You might have to take his place. You might have to take his place. Yeah.
And if it's me, I'll take it.
Famous last words.
We have to die on that.
For me too. Dead ass. But let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Switch gears, and we'll start with the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund.
Not here?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Bayern 3, Dortmund 1. Dortmund is just oof.
3-1 Bayern. Damn. Adrian?
Let's say 2-0 Bayern.
2-0 Bayern. Damn. I'm going 2-1 Dortmund.
Damn.
Wow.
Shock, but I know. But I mean, Bayern aren't in the best spell. Dortmund aren't either. I think Dortmund can do it. I believe in him, man. Shout out Wolfie, bro. Shout out Wolfie. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you, man. It's all right.
You believe in them more than whoever their fans are.
Hey, man. Shout
out DP, bro.
Oh yeah, shout out DP, man. About to say, you
gotta
get
booted.
this. Guy rush the soul. Chase.
I've got 3-1 Bayern as well.
3-1.
Nice. Just copy. Okay.
All right. Next up, we'll switch to the Premier League. We have Brentford versus Manchester United.
I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. I'm gonna predict United to lose. I haven't gone wrong yet doing this. So Brentford 2, United 1.
2-1 Brentford. Adrian?
Man United will win 2-1. Brentford is so bad; they're just diabolical.
Yeah. I would have said 3-1 United.
Yeah. I have 2-1 United.
2-1 United.
This game. Everyone predicting us to win.
Okay.
Typical. If they lose, you get the points. So you can't lose now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Next
That's
up,
the beauty of it.
Next up, we'll hop out of the Premier League and jump to La Liga, formerly known as BBVA. Real Madrid versus Athletic Club, 1st versus 4th, I believe, in La Liga table.
Real Madrid just have that sauce this year in this competition. So Real Madrid 3, Athletic Club 0.
Adrian?
4-1 Real Madrid.
4-1 Real Madrid. Honestly, I'd go 3-0 Madrid.
Golly, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Copying me, man.
Nah, listen. Hate on me all you want, bro. I call it like I season, man. Chase.
I have 3-1 Madrid.
3-1.
Okay, so Real Madrid are obviously gonna win this game 1-0. All of us predicting all these goals
with some cheap like VAR call at the end of the game.
So
Bellingham or Vinny Jr.
All right, next up we have Back in the Premier League, Newcastle versus West Ham United.
Newcastle 2, West Ham also 2.
2-2 draw at St. James's.
Yeah.
Battle of the Mid.
Man, I was gonna say 2-2 as well.
Oh my.
Pencil me down as 2-2 also, Trey. That's what I have.
Oh my god.
I feel like this game screams 2-2 draw.
Adrian, you gonna do it too?
Yeah.
Damn. 2-1. Newcastle.
Newcastle. I knew it. Hates West Ham.
Hey, no. It's home turf. It's home turf.
He hates West Ham.
It's home
so
turf.
much.
It's home turf. It's home turf, man. My fault, Wolfie. My bad, dog. My fault, brother.
You said you hate West Ham. You've already admitted it.
I don't. Hey, no, I
The
don't.
first episode of this podcast was just him ripping West Ham for 40 minutes.
Listen. I just said that they was bullshitting over the Declan Rice saga. It's over now.
Who was their fraud? Who was their fraud in the season that he picked?
Shut up.
I
picked two horrible ones, by the way. Those were terrible picks. I was an idiot. Don't worry about that. Let's go to the last game though. City versus Arsenal. The Etihad.
If someone predicts the same score that I'm about to give right now, I'm gonna go over wherever you guys.
You're gonna pick the most common scoreline too. It's gonna piss everybody off. Oh, okay, never mind.
2-2 again.
Yeah. Okay.
2-2 draw. Adrian.
Yeah. 2-1 to City.
You said 2-1?
2-1 to City.
2-1 to the Arsenal.
Oof.
I have 2-1 Manchester City.
Oof, I wish you had seen Adrian's face, Trey, instead of you looking down there.
I'll get it back in post. I'll look it back in post. But those are our predictions, man. We'll figure out how we're talking and how they're looking next week. We'll do the recap and all stuff like that. But that's all we got, man. Real quick, run one word closing statement. Adrian, go.
One word, man.
Done. Finished. That's it. Okay.
Man, on the spot, man. Nothing.
Hopefully, no bald
Hopefully,
cap.
that's one word.
Hopefully.
Gene.
And bald cap is one word.
Shame.
Shame is that word. My one word.
My word was one. My word was one.
Yes, yours was one.
Because that's gonna be where we're gonna be after this.
Oh, okay, good spin, good spin. I like that.
Nah, Adrian has never gassed a match like this, bro. Like, if they lose, that's what I'm saying. This is gonna be the best of the best.
No, hey, we get the clip loaded. Hey, my one word, support. Yeah, you know what time it is, man. Support. That's the only thing I gotta say. You know.
That's what the pie said. You want to die in the
dog,
same?
Not the pod. I'm at the pod, bro. Damn. We're getting out of here, man. Yanks talk ball. We'll talk to all y'all later, man. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.